welcome to Monday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. You know who I am, and somehow I'm still sick. I'm just never getting better, so I guess you guys are just going to have to hear my voice like this forever. We have breaking news. I'm going to put in air quotes. We're officially in the hunt at 4-7. And we're going to talk about this piling injuries of all NFL quarterbacks, because it seems like there's a lot of them. That's it really from me. Tony, Lou, come on up.
Hey, Judge, what's good?
What's up? Move me to the bottom.
Jess, Tone, what's good?
You don't seem convinced. Like, I don't really like the lack of enthusiasm when it comes to you. Like, we officially in the. What do you? Yo, you need to be more hype. Like, when they say in the hunt, the Miami Dolphins are there. We were talking all that trash at the beginning of the season. We tanking, or who we tanking for, and now you up here acting like you mad.
I'm not mad. I'm enthusiastic. Look, I even bought an orange tree topper now for my tree.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't move the tree closer. For those of you that don't know, my Miami tree is up. That is not my only tree. It's just my sports tree, okay?
Lord.
I'm just saying. I bought an orange tree topper. It's got glitter on it. All is fucking well.
All I'm going to say is that's a little bougie for me. 2 trees? I mean, that's
No, I thought it was 3.
I got 3. My Sixers tree is on the other side of my TV there.
You don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Listen, it was hard enough. When I was growing up, it was hard enough for us to have 1 tree. You know what I'm saying? Fact. Now you got 3 trees? I don't know nothing about that.
I need a regular tree.
Jess, what's good, man?
Hey, Lou, man, listen, man. We back in the hunt. I can't complain. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
There's nothing for me to complain. What do you mean? Y'all not excited? No, not me. On the only. Yo, that's crazy. Hey, man, they supposed to be fans up here. These are the people that y'all represent.
So much hope in life.
Y'all supposed to be fans. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Anyway, Tony's delusion is back.
We're going to get into a couple topics today, and, we'll see if it's delusion or is it real, Jess? You know what I'm saying?
It may be real. I don't know. Looking at the schedule, it just may be real.
It could be real delusion, though.
I mean, yeah, it could be real delusion as well. That's a fact.
Well, hold on, wait. Hold on. Y'all know I saw something earlier before we started. I have to address this. Before we get into
by the way, big facts.
This is not big fact. Game Boy 305. Like, listen, I let you slide with certain the topic, and you can throw a few jabs here and there. But if you ever, my good brother, mention, first of all, call him Vanilla Jordan.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
If you mention Tyler Hero in the same book as Jordan, not even sentence, not paragraph, not short story, not narrative. Bro, come on, please don't do that. Please don't do that. You could have trolled, just leave. You could have said Vanilla, anyone else except for Jordan and maybe Kobe. But anyone else, you could have said that. Like, use somebody else, man. Come on, man. You know, I'm old school. I represent the old school basketball when they actually played defense. You said a guy that was all defensive team, multiple seasons.
Well,
so I just don't.
Well, according to what other Heat fans are telling us, Tone. You know what I'm saying? That look how fast paced the Heat are playing that up and down and stuff now. Right. Now I do remember Mr. Pat Riley saying that Tyler Hero, all he needed to do was play like Steph Curry. I'm just telling you what Pat said, Tone.
Yo, I'm done.
Pat said.
Yo, I'm done, man.
Oh, so Game Boy can't. Hey, Vanilla Jordan, it is, man. Shout out to Miami Heat tonight.
Look, he say, how do you know I meant Michael Jordan? See, like you did that all by yourself. Tony got him. What Jordan you were talking about? Deion Jordan?
He was talking about Michael Jordan's son.
You were talking about Deion Jordan? Yeah.
He was talking about Marcus. He was talking about Marcus Jordan.
That's Marcus.
Yeah. That's the song. Yeah.
That okay. Makes more sense. My apologies, Game Boy. You not that foolish. I got you. But listen, man, let's get into the show. What we got? Hey, welcome. And make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in, by the way.
Absolutely. So obviously we're in the hunt at 4-7. Speaking about wild card teams, 3 teams, I believe, right? 3, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 teams that we play for the rest of this year, in the rest of this year, are ahead of us in the hunt. The Chiefs. Oh no, not the Chiefs. I'm sorry. We play who? Buffalo?
Yeah, well, we play Buffalo. No, we play Buffalo. No,
The
you got 3.
Chargers, right?
We
I don't
played
even
them.
know.
We played already. You saying we played Buffalo. We played the Chargers already.
Yeah, we
Who
played
did
them
we
already.
play? Oh, because we played Cincinnati, the Jets, Pittsburgh, New
Yeah,
Orleans,
that's the
and
team that we played.
Yeah.
But
right.
the team,
Okay, so in the hunt ahead of us is the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Steelers, all at 6-5.
yes,
In the wild card is the Chargers, the Jags, and Buffalo, all at 7-4.
yes.
Looking at those numbers and how tied everybody is and whatever, what do you think our shot is that we might potentially kind of squeeze our way in here based off of current standings, of course?
Well, the first thing I want to say. Well, can I start? Hold on, I just jumped in there.
Sure, since you cut in the line, you know?
Wait, the first thing I want to point out that I noticed going over the schedules.
You see, this is how he does, Jess. By the way,
Yeah.
right? This is how he does. But hey, I'm gonna let it slide. But this is how he does. Yeah, go ahead, man. Do your thing.
Eric, what's good? I see you in the building. You see, this is where I want to start.
What's good?
Shouting out to Eric and G2. I see you in the building. Game Boy, I already gave you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Armando, since when has Tua balled out in December? I don't know. I just want y'all to know that I'm the only one pay y'all attention. I'm done now. I just did Jess' job, but
Tone, let me do Jess's job as well. I also see Shador Sanders in our chat. I mean, Bon Joe, my bad.
why would who?
Yeah, well, no, I thought it was Shador. The way he was talking, the way he had them cheeks flapping today, I thought it was Shador Sanders. But no.
Who?
Well, hey, Tone, Jess, all I'm trying to tell you, there was some cheeks that was flapping today. That's all I was saying.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just there was some cheeks clapping today. And hey man, can I just say salute to my homie Von Joe, man? That's all I'm trying to do, man. Salute to the homie, dog.
He said anybody that says the chances are above 0% is capping. Well, technically, Von Joe, I don't know. Maybe you haven't seen a thumbnail, but it's one team that has an asterisk by it, and it says that team. It said teams with asterisks have a 1% chance of making the playoffs. So the numbers are capping then, Von Joe, because that's the numbers. That's technically Lewis Jess is 1 above 0.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure my math is right. I haven't been out of school.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then Von Joe, they capping. We not the ones capping over here. The numbers say we got a 1% chance, and if we got a 1% chance, then hey, man, it is what it is. But to answer your question, Jess, the first thing that I did notice was a lot of these teams play each other. Going up there because I'm going over. Well, can I do this right here, Lou? I have. I want to show y'all something. I'll be doing my homework, and Lewis, he be just disrespectful.
Hey, Jess, you're not gonna let Von Joe get away with what he's saying in the chat, right?
I just read that one.
Oh, okay.
What Von Joe said.
That's some nasty work. See, now we're hitting below the belt, Tone. I'm sorry, but that's some nasty work. See, I didn't say nothing about Von Joe. Yeah. Nah, hell no.
Hey, Von Joe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So y'all gonna highlight the comment too? Y'all gonna put it up? Okay.
Y'all, I thought it was only one person could highlight at a time. You see, y'all is a lot of people.
Hey, Jess, that's some nasty work, Jess. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I just wanted to make sure Tony read it, okay?
Not putting it on me. Wow. Oh no, we starting already. It's Monday. It's starting that natural. We didn't even get to Thanksgiving. Nothing. All right, you know what? Don't even worry about it. But listen, Lou, because we have a lot of teams to go through. So I wanted you to help me out. That's why I wanted to go first because I have the schedule. Let's start with the Chiefs, right, Lou? And I'm gonna go over the schedule, and you tell me how many wins or how many losses you see in that schedule. So let's start with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 6-5.
All right.
They're at Dallas. You want me to go one by one or just read all of them at a time?
It's however you want to do.
I'm gonna go all at once. So the Chiefs are at Dallas, so on the road to Dallas, followed by at home to the Houston Texans, then at home against the Chargers, team that already beat them, by the way. Then they're at the Titans, back at home against the Broncos, and at the Raiders. In those games, how many losses you see possibly?
I see possible. Well, possible. I see 3. I think for me, more realistic. If I had to put a number on it, I would say the Chiefs go 4-2 down the stretch. There's 3 losses possibly though, but I'll give them 4 wins, 2 losses in the remaining 6.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which ones? What losses do you see?
I see Denver. I don't want to say Houston because I don't know the quarterback situation. I'll say in their division. I'll say Chargers, Broncos, 2 losses.
Oh, okay. So you got them going 10-7. I think
I would say I've got 10-7. Yep.
10-7. So you get them Denver. Okay. Me realistically, I'm not gonna lie. I see. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, like you did. Okay, maybe 2, but I think they can mess around and go 3-3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was
Houston.
saying earlier. Yeah,
Houston at home with that defense that Houston posed, and I know you saying that the quarterback situation is not there. We don't know if CJ Stroud is going to be back.
Right.
But
that game is in Kansas City, right? Houston goes to Kansas City.
They go to Kansas City.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you know who might be tricky? If Dallas might if they got Dallas on the road.
Dallas could get them on Thursday. Yeah.
Right. The only thing is I don't trust Dak Prescott because I wasn't on here, but I got a homeboy that worked with me. He's a Philadelphia Eagle fan, and I told him, I say I like Dallas with the upset. And he was like, "What, you crazy?" I'm like, I like Dallas with the upset. I think Dak Prescott has only lost to Philadelphia 2 times at home. Twice at home. So I'm like, yo, I like Dallas on the upset, but it's because of the division. I don't trust him outside of his division. You know, Dak Prescott is like, I think he's only lost. He lost twice to the Giants, twice to the Commanders, and 5 times to Philadelphia. His whole career.
Well, here's a stat for you with Dallas, real quick, and again, that don't have to be long. But to your point, Tone, about their division. After last night's victory, and I'm just talking about in Dallas, right? Not in Philly, not in New York, not with the Commanders, but in Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys are now 19-0 facing their division opponents. They've won the last 19 against their division when they play them in Dallas. That means Philly, Washington, and the Giants when they go into Dallas, it's 19 straight victories within the division.
Dog. That is kind of yeah. So I think it's safe to say that the Chiefs, I think 10-7 is more realistic. So I agree with you. I just think it might be Houston or Dallas that end up getting them, and I think Broncos gonna sweep them. I think Broncos.
That's why I said yeah. That's why I said
now they'll be in trouble if they mess around and lose to Houston and the Chargers. I just don't think they'll lose 2 back-to-back games like that because Patrick Mahomes is now in playoff mode. So he has Kansas City in playoff mode because they understand they can't afford any losses. So it's going to be difficult to get them 2 games back-to-back. But I do see – so I think we'll go safe with 10-7 with the Chiefs.
But real quick, Tom, Kansas City's not playing well.
They aren't. They haven't been haven't been playing well, right? You know what? How do you think they looked against the coach?
They should have lost yesterday, Tone, in my opinion.
I think so.
They should have lost that game.
I believe they should have lost. I think they should have lost. I don't think they were playing well. It may they could have lost. So so that's the Chiefs right there. What about Pittsburgh? Now you see Pittsburgh, the Baltimore Ravens took the lead in that division. The
Yeah,
Baltimore Ravens now lead in that division. They
mhm.
jumped Pittsburgh, so now Pittsburgh are in the hunt,
They're
right?
6 and
They're
5.
currently on the
Yep.
outside looking in at 6 and
Hmm.
5.
Yep.
Now Pittsburgh, they have Buffalo at home, at the Ravens. They have us at home, at Detroit, at the Browns, and they finish up with the Ravens at home. How many losses do you see now? How many losses do you see them at? And they're 6 and
Uh,
5.
I'm gonna go crazy right here, and this is gonna be the wild factor for me. I got one more win for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
God, so you got them going 7-10?
Yeah. I think this is Mike Tomlin's first losing record as a head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The only game I think they win, and I forgot which one you said. I think they lose
Browns.
to us. The Browns is the only one. They're getting swept by the Ravens. We're beating them. Buffalo's beating them, and Detroit is beating them. I got them winning one out of their next 6.
See, now that's kind of difficult because Buffalo is not playing well either.
Yeah, I know, but I don't
think
trust. I don't trust the Pittsburgh Steelers, to be honest with you. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
me
that
neither.
good.
So I do have Buffalo edging. I have them at the Ravens losing. I have them beating us, unfortunately. I have them losing to Detroit, but I got them beating the Browns and the Ravens at the end. So
Mm,
I have them with 3 wins, and I think he keeps the trend going 9-8. I think he
okay.
keep the trend. So I got them at
Yeah.
9-8. It's just it's the Mike Tomlin effect for me, and rival games. I mean, divisional foes, them versus the Ravens. I think they eat that out at the end. Even though I think the Ravens might be, depending on how Cincinnati does, the Ravens might have that division already locked up if they beat Pittsburgh.
Where's that final game? Where's that final game at between the Ravens and Pittsburgh?
It's at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it was in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. So that's why Pittsburgh might be playing for their lives and need it, and Baltimore might have the division sold up. They might be jockeying for no, because they might be just locked into that 4th spot. And I'm just, out of respect for Mike Tomlin, I'm not going to predict him to go below 900 just based on his history. So we got them at 9-8. So you got the Chiefs at 9-8. Now what about the Houston? Houston is the other one that's on the outside looking in. So you got the Texans. Now the Texans, what are the Texans? They 6 and 5 right now, right?
The Texans are also, I believe they're 6 and 5 as well.
Yeah. So now the Texas schedule, look what they got. The next 2 is at the Colts, at the Chiefs. Then they at home back-to-back for Arizona and the Raiders. Then they go on the road for the Chargers, and then they finish off at home versus the Colts. Hey.
Yeah, I got them. I'll be quick again. I got them 2 wins, 4 losses in their last 6.
So you got them going 8 and 9.
Yeah, I would say 8 and 9 for them. Whatever. Yeah.
No,
So basically 8 and 9.
I'll guess you thinking that they're getting swept. I mean, they're gonna get the Arizona Cardinals and the Raiders, and then they getting swept by the Colts.
Yeah, I think they get swept by the Colts. They obviously lose to Kansas City in Kansas City. And what was the other one? In the Chargers.
And then the Chargers. So
yeah, I think the Chargers get them too.
So me personally, I think they're gonna split with the Colts. I don't trust Daniel Jones. That defense is the number 1 defense in the league.
That's
and
a very good point.
I think they split with the Colts. So I don't think Daniel Jones. Man, this is the difficult part for me because I don't know if they mess around and beat the Chiefs. If they mess around and beat the Chiefs, then I got them only losing 1 to the Colts. I think. I'm thinking about the Chargers game, and that's the Chargers on the road. I don't trust Baker. I mean, on Justin Herbert.
Herbert. Oh, that
game.
The Charger game is in Houston.
No, it's in LA. But that's like a home game for every other team, anyways, because of the stadium.
Yeah.
So I got them splitting. So I got them 7,
3
8,
and 3.
9. I got them going 9. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think they either pull off a victory over the Chiefs or the Cardinals. Or the Chargers. So I got them going 10-7 as well.
Okay.
Just based on their defense. I don't trust Daniel Jones to beat them twice. I don't trust Justin Herbert to sweep them. To beat them at the end of the game. End of the season. So I got them somewhere eking out a 10-7 schedule. So so you want the ones ahead of us that's in the hunt, that's not in the playoffs. We got 2 teams going 10-7. I got 2 teams going 10-7, and you got Pittsburgh going 7-10. The Chiefs going 10-7, and you got Houston going 8-9.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll stick with that.
Okay.
And again, listen, like I said, Kansas City, my 10-7 for Kansas City, they could possibly be 9-8. I could see them going 3-3 over their last 6. And the same thing with Houston. I could see them going, because I said 2 out of 4. I can easily see them going 3-3 as well. The possibility, like 8-9, 9-8 for either one of those teams, I could say is a strong possibility.
We are 1% for a reason. Okay.
The one I'm gonna stay strong on, Tone, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think with that schedule,
7-10.
I think they got one, maybe 2 games max out of their last 6.
Whew. Okay, so now let's talk about the teams that's actually in the wild card right now. Let's start with Buffalo. So Buffalo, we got at Pitt versus Cincinnati at home, on the road against the Patriots, on the road against the Browns, and then they finished off at home against the Eagles and Jets. What do you think? How many losses you see there?
I'm gonna go 3-3 as well for Buffalo. I think they lose to I think the Patriots sweep the Buffalo Bills. I think the Detroit Lions, I think they lose that one.
No, they don't got Detroit. They got Pittsburgh, Bengals, Patriots, Browns, Eagles, and Jets.
That's the one. So I think Joe Burrow coming back. I think Cincinnati gets them. I think the Eagles get them, and I think the Patriots get them. I say 3-3 for the Buffalo Bills.
So you got Buffalo going 10-7.
10-7.
I see them being Pittsburgh. It depends on if Joe Burrow come back. If Joe Burrow come back this Thursday and then he end up playing Buffalo at home, I think they get them 2. I think they get them 2. So I got them. That's 1-1. So I see Cincinnati, I see the Patriots, and I see the Eagles as lost. So yeah, I got them going 3-3 too. I got them going 3-3. I don't know. I thought I had them going 11-6. Who did I have them lose? Probably Pittsburgh when they was playing well. Yeah, 3-3. I see them going 10-7.
Yeah, I would say, but again, Buffalo for me, Tone and Jess, Buffalo kind of falls where I see Kansas City and Houston. I'm saying 3-3, but could Buffalo go 4-2 and get to 11-6?
I think that Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals at the top, so that'll get them to 11. The Cincinnati Bengals one, the toss up.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Houston, it's a game up or down. Buffalo could be a game up and down, and Kansas City for me could be a game up and down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
Vondo, you a hater? I got them taking Bengals even when Joe B. Yeah. I mean but Joe Burrow handled them pretty easily sometimes. Not easily, but his record against them is pretty good. So we got the Buffalo at 10-7. Hey, I hope y'all want to see this trend of what we thinking. Teams getting 10-7. Well, Lou got teams going terrible. So, but mine is a lot of 10-7s up here. Only 9-8 for me. All right. So you got those. Now let's go Jaguars. Jaguars is currently in I think the last place in holding on the last spot. So their remaining schedule they're at the Titans. They at home versus the Colts, on the road against the Jets, at the Broncos, at the Colts, and then versus the Titans, the Texans again. The Titans again.
Again, 3-3.
Yeah.
That's where Jacksonville lands for me. I think they get. You said they play the coach twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 losses. And what was the other one that I had as a loss?
Broncos.
And the Broncos. Yep, there's 3-3 for the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. At least for me.
See, now this is the thing that's tricky with me. I don't know how the Jags play, but I think I might have the Jags going 11-6 because I think they might split with the Colts. I think they split with the Colts. They beat the Titans twice. I think they sweep the Titans, and then obviously I'm gonna give them the Jets. So I
And
think
then they split with the coach. Yeah, that will get them to 11.
So I think
Yeah.
they lose to the Broncos. So I have them going 11-6.
Okay.
Again, I don't trust Daniel Jones. I have to keep I don't trust him to sweep no one. I
Right.
don't like if the Jaguars defense is so up and down. So if they show up, then I think they could if they just focus on stopping Jonathan Taylor and make Danny Downs beat them. That defense do create a lot of turnovers, so they wreak havoc when it comes to that. You know, I think Josh Allen Hines, that's his name. He changed the name to Hines. I think once you let him pin his ears back and just rush the quarterback, he could create a lot of problems for that coach. Now the coach have a good offensive line, but I just think I don't trust Danny Dimes. He has to prove it to me before I. So no, I'm gonna have to keep the same energy. So I got
the only
going.
problem I see with that, Tone, because I'm with you. I don't trust Danny Dimes as well, and I'm giving the
But
coach
you know
a
what?
couple wins.
Trevor Lawrence.
I don't trust Trevor Lawrence neither, though.
Yeah,
If I'm gonna again to hold the same energy, like that Jacksonville defense, again, they cause a lot of turnovers. They make a lot of plays. But even in the game last night against Arizona, bro, they had to go to overtime. They had to win it in overtime. Trevor Lawrence had 4 interceptions in that game. It's not good over there neither from a quarterback perspective. So that to your point, Tone, talking about Daniel Jones and not because I'm with you. I don't trust them neither. That's why I don't look at the Colts as real legitimate contenders because I don't trust. But Trevor Lawrence, I'm sorry, I don't trust him neither. Like it's not good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I give it a split. I think quarterback, we don't trust either one of them. I'll give that a split. So I have them 11-6. You got them 10-7. And who's the last one that we got to go through? Chargers. All right, Chargers. They're 7-4. And then I think they're in the 6th seed. So they're at home against the Raiders, at home against the Eagles back-to-back weeks. Then they go on the road against the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and then they come back home against the Texans, and then they at the Broncos.
What was their remaining schedule? Say that one more time.
The Raiders at home.
Right.
Eagles at home.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs on the road. Dallas on the road. Texas at home. And then Broncos. See, I already got the Texans beating them, so that's why I got them going 3-3.
I can see that's another team. I'm gonna throw them in there. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say 3-3. But could I see a 2-4 in there? Absolutely, I could. I could see a 2-4.
So are you going what?
No, I'll say 3-3. I'll say
9-8 or 10-7.
Yeah, I'll go 10-7. I'll say 3-3.
Yeah, because I got them losing to the Eagles, Chiefs, and Broncos.
See, I don't know.
And I think the Texans too.
I think I had them beating the Chiefs when we went over the Chiefs.
You had them beating the Chiefs?
I think that was one of the games I had the Chiefs losing, I think, to the Chargers. I must say I got them losing to the Eagles. I got them losing to Dallas. And you said they played Denver again, correct?
Yeah, they played Denver. When did they play? The last game.
Yeah, I must say that's a loss too. I'm gonna say they lose to Denver, Dallas, and the Eagles.
Well, I had the Texans beating them, so I gotta go 3-3 too, because I think the Eagles and Chiefs. You got the I got them 10-7 too. I got them 10-7. I got to keep the same energy. So, so if you look at it from that standpoint, that's it. Looked like it gonna take the Miami Dolphins. Now we're officially in the hunt. It looked like it's gonna take the Miami Dolphins at minimum going 10-7. That means win out. Even if we just go based off both of our schedules, they have to win out to make the playoffs. So after going over all of those, I'm gonna say I think they're that 1% chance is exactly where we belong at 1%. At 1% chance. I'm still, I think 1% chance is where it is. Like just going over, and this is just going based off. And I know we're going to get into the Miami Dolphins schedule, but this is just going based off what all the teams ahead of us are doing, and all of those teams own tiebreakers over us. Every last one of them.
Yeah. Again, I know we're gonna get into some of the Dolphin stuff here in a little bit. I'll just say because I've been watching the chat as we've been doing this, Tone, and specifically G. Oh well, can we stop these conversations? With everything that maybe I said about other teams and giving my prediction on their schedule, I still don't believe that the Dolphins are making the playoffs. Like I don't understand why people can't have that conversation. We're just trying to see like what is ahead for everybody. But I'm
Yeah.
with you. Like I'm not saying that the Dolphins are making the plans by no stretch of the imagination.
Oh, could I say that's why I said that, Tony? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like even with going through there and we giving teams like legitimate losses, wins and losses, it's like okay, we have to be 100% honest with ourselves and see how we think these teams are going to play out. And even these are, let's say, some of these teams could do better than that. Like we could possibly be out of it by week 17 or week 16. I'm sorry, if a couple of teams go, they win, they get that 11 win. We're done because you just need 3 of them to get to 11 and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
depends on because like the Chargers, well Buffalo Chargers and Jaguars, they get 4 wins, they're done. If those teams go 4-2, we're done. Like that's just the way it is. So, but realistically, I think I think that 1% chance is a realistic shot, and it's not based on because we're going to get into the Dolphins how the schedule look right now. It's just based on mine's right now. It's based off tiebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the Dolphins go and win out, I just think that the tiebreakers is what killed us because of our record in the division. I mean,
they did too much. They did too much harm early.
Too many losses in the division. I mean, in the conference.
That's a fact.
It took.
Yeah.
So, who should the Dolphins draft in the first round? He said, "Forget all this playoff talk."
Well, again, but again, we gotta have we can't just keep talking about the same thing in draft order, this, that, and the third. And I know like G and D-Dub and again. I think all of us up here, I think I can speak freely for Tone and Jess, that none of us up here want to continue with Tua. And Tone, remember, I used to argue with people in Twitter spaces about, I think this is last year for Tua, this, that, and the third. I think Tua's going to be back here for next season. I got to change. I got to change the way I think. So when, like, I know people, Tone and Jess, they don't want to talk about this scenario, what we're talking about today. They want to talk about the draft. I think people are going to be very disappointed because I don't think the Dolphins, even though I do think they'll draft a quarterback in the draft, it's not going to come in the first round. It's not going to be someone that's coming in here to replace Tua Tagovailoa next season. So for everybody that just, again, is tired of this conversation, I'm kind of tired of who we taking in the first round because it's not going to be quarterback. Let's just call it for what it is. So, we got to understand Tua's for the more than likely, right? More than likely, I think Tua's going to be here for 26. So it just is what it is, man.
Yeah. and the season changed quickly. And I mean, injuries happen, things of that nature. So, and I, if the way the season is looking, it's like, yo, who do we really? If y'all want to talk about that, which we're not, but we'll skip it. Like, while you asking those questions, just think about who do you really think the Dolphins are out there that's going to help the Dolphins immediately, and do you think the Dolphins are going to be disciplined enough to get the right person? Like, let's just see. Same time, same place. We can have the same convo. Come on, man. Come on. Convo in 2027. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, I spent my whole life with everybody on the Blitz pickup selling me with everybody on the Blitz pickup selling me this team, and now I have to wait 4 more years. We ain't tell you gotta wait 4 more years, crypto. And we listen, man. Who buying home game tickets to see Tua next year? I don't know, Armando, but we got to be realistic and understand where the Dolphins are and where they stand right now. And hey, these are where they stand. Why is Tua so healthy this season? Yeah, because he's not putting himself in harm's way. He got that paycheck and he's staying out the way. But anyways, so technically, like I said, to reiterate, the Dolphins to get in, we think we're both under the impression that they have to win out. They have to go 10-7. They can't afford any more losses. And so I think 1% I think that's the highest they're going to get. Maybe a 5% chance, but I think 1% is where we are, and that's where we're going to stay. Lou, what you think?
Yeah, listen, I think the Dolphins are going to go on a run here, and they, you know, I'm with you. 10-7 is the bare minimum they would have to go to even have a shot to make the playoffs. But if what we just went over and highlighted, and there's some teams that possibly could be at 10-7 or even 11 wins, again, I don't have the Dolphins making the playoffs. I do not. I don't even have the Dolphins going 10-7. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we'll get into that a little bit later, but I do think people are going to be a little upset though, because more and more people want losses, and I don't think a lot of losses are going to be coming from the Miami Dolphins. A lot of them is what I'm saying. I don't think so. So, but no,
Yeah.
I don't think they're making the playoffs, Tone. I think they dug themselves too far of a hole. You can't start off 2-7 and then expect to make that kind of jump. I don't see that happening. But it just is what it is.
Game Boy say not Tony Bastard Tour for staying healthy. The hate is real. Honesty is always hate to y'all, but I'm just saying, hey, boy got paid and he was on yachts.
And real quick, Tone, this is what we were talking about to end the last episode though. Look at the last comment, and I rock with G, man. That it is what it is. He's always here.
Can I please get that 2-7 NGP? We're not 2-7,
but we're not 7. That's the point, right? Like these. Again, I know what G's trying to say, Tone, but this is like at 2-7, that's why they were getting the 2-7 energy. But I can't. Now they're playing a little bit better. There's players that are starting to. I can't just come out here and shit on them. You see what I'm saying? That it just G. I'm just trying to talk to G Tone a little bit. These comments right here is what again the perception of you just being a straight hater. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want to call you a hater. But when you say, "Can I get that 2-7?" But they're not 2-7. There are things that this team is doing that is better. So you gotta, again, it's called being objective. It's not, oh well, I'm just gonna, I hate this team or this, that, and the third. Bro, you gotta be objective and call it the way it is, man. They're playing better than a 2-7 football team. And even when they were 2-7, Tone, I'm sorry, I think they were a better team than 2-7. I think they were better than what their record showed. It just is what it is.
Yeah, like you can't come over here and act, and the reason that you rock over here is because we call it down the middle and we don't give the fluff and we don't lies, but then turn around and just want us to be 100% negative all the time. It makes no sense. Honesty comes with understanding that things change within a week or two, within a couple of weeks. You just have to be honest about where this team are, where the team is at the point, and assess them from there. Like it shouldn't be that difficult. Like why do you want to just harp on negative, the goal is to be 100% honest about your team so we can know what we want to do going forward. But hey, fan how you want to fan, but over here we're not going to just say give a 2-7 energy for a 4-7 team. That makes no sense. Why would I give 2-7 energy when they're 4-7? So cool, leave it like that. But so Judge, what do you think? You disagree with any of our assessments? The 10-7 get us in 1%. How you feeling?
No, I'm gonna agree with y'all for now. For now.
Okay.
Just yeah. So, are you done? Like,
yeah, I think I'm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. It just kind of rolls into the next topic. That's why I wanted to make sure you were done. Go ahead, Lou.
Oh no. Again, it's just with the G. Just thought we were locked in on replacing Tua. Yeah, we could be locked in. How does that? Like me, Tony, Jess, and G are locked in with moving Tua. My question would be, and again, it don't have to be long, but does Tony, Jess, myself, and G have the ability to get Tua up out of here?
No. And
so
I don't think
that's the point. Like we're still on board with moving off of Tua, but if the Dolphins are not, what's the point of me, Jess, Tone, and G being off moving Tua? What's that going to get us?
And again, just because let's just say we all want to move off a tour. Okay, cool. Do that mean that we have to sit here and say this team is the same team at 2-7 when they're 4-7? No. Like, what are we doing? You want us to just stay right then, blindly assess this team because we want to move off tour. So everything we have to say is negative and not see what's going to actually happen. Okay, cool. No, sir. But go ahead, Jess. Lou, don't let him cut you off like that.
It's okay. Just like any other season, injuries seem to strike most teams. So far, it seems like there's a lot of quarterback injuries right now. Some random names to read off. Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Dylan Gabriel, who is supposedly back, but Shador will continue to start. Props to Shador. I know Lou is not going to like that. Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, who is expected to play on Thursday, Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, Jackson Dart. You're going to keep going on and on and on. As extensive as that is, Burrow, Baker Mayfield, and Aaron Rodgers are all teams that we play the rest of the season, including the Jets, who don't have an injured quarterback but have benched Justin Fields for Tyrod Taylor because of all the injuries. Do you think that helps Miami sneak into that little 10-6 position, I'm going to say? Easier? I'm not saying 10-7 or whatever because that Patriots game is iffy.
All I know is Jess, and I know Lewis got to go first, but I got one. I did have one question for you, if I may ask before Lou go first. Can I ask you a question?
You could ask me a question.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Well, you just went into your whole 1%, so there is a chance.
Hey, now you talking about? Go ahead, Lou. See, I'm about to see now. Okay, G, lead a chat. You about to be mad? There's gonna be some positivity flying around in here. Go ahead, Lou. My bad.
Well, when I heard all the names that Jess was rattling off, the only ones that would really mean anything to me are teams that the Dolphins would be playing. That would be here in a few weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not going to lie to you. If Aaron Rodgers was playing, I've never been scared of Aaron Rodgers like that. Y'all know me. I've been talking kind of down on Aaron Rodgers for years now. Even when he was in Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers now again, could he throw the football? Yes. He throws a very catchable, beautiful football. That's not what I'm saying, but I think he chokes more than he, people want to say, for at least for me. So I wasn't really scared of Pittsburgh Miami going in there playing with Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't be scared of Pittsburgh if he's not there. But Baker Mayfield, when we play the Buccaneers, I don't know if Baker Mayfield will be on the field or not. But if he's not there, I would say that gives the Dolphins a better chance to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And whether it's Tyrod Taylor with the Jets or Justin Fields, I would pick the Dolphins in that game as well. So does it help our chances? I would say yes, right? When a team is having quarterback issues and either they're not playing well or they're not there, I would say it gives any team that's playing that team on any given Sunday a better chance of winning. So, yeah, I guess to answer your question, Jess, yeah, if Aaron Rodgers is not there, it gives the Dolphins a better chance. If Baker Mayfield is not there, sure, it gives the Dolphins a better chance. And with Tyrod Taylor playing, absolutely, I would say it gives the Dolphins a better chance. Now, all those other guys you mentioned, as long as they're not playing the Dolphins, I could really care. The only one that threw me off, Jess, and I'm not going to lie to you, is when you said, oh, Shedeur Sanders, Lewis ain't going to like. What did that man do yesterday? But I'm going to leave that alone.
You got to give the kid some props.
For what? Handing the ball off?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap, right?
They won the game, didn't they?
Well, now, Jess, let's be fair now, right? And we ain't got to make this a long topic, but let's be fair. How many games have the Dolphins won, but we've said Tua's played like dog shit?
What, 4? 3? 4?
Yeah. 3 or 4 games, 3 or 4 games a season. Bro, listen, the fact of the matter is, Jess, with that game last night that Shedeur played, that defense had 10 sacks. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. That defense had 10 sacks yesterday. Do you think that Shedeur Sanders won that game by throwing a 70-yard touchdown for with a bubble screen? Is that what you think? Like, stop, bro. But nah. Again, this is not about Shedeur Sanders. Tone, you can take off. To Jess's question, though, I do think it helps the Dolphins if some of those guys are not there when we play them. Yes, I do believe it helps the Dolphins.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think Lewis is delusional right now, man. The Dolphins are going to run the table. It seems like they just want to set us up to get our hopes up. They're gonna go 10-7 and just miss out. Every quarterback in the way it seemed to be going down or be coming off for injury, and it looked like for some reason, some odd reason, they want the Miami Dolphins to get to that 10 win. Maybe there's some good karma for Mike McDaniel or Tua. I don't know what's going on. But I don't like it. Now, let me stop. I'm joking. I'm joking. I think, listen, let's be realistic. You said Baker Mayfield. I think with or without Baker Mayfield, I think the Broncos could beat us. Who else? Aaron Rodgers. With or without Aaron Rodgers, the Pittsburgh Steelers could beat us. Their backup is Mason Rudolph. And I want to remind you people that Mason Rudolph was the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans when they beat us. Okay? So it's going to be in Pittsburgh. It's going to be cold. So, yes, they with or without Aaron Rodgers. Who else do we play? Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow come back with Cincinnati, I think that what hold on, let me see what it say. Tony, you tripping. That's why Bestie always beat you in fantasy. We played one time.
Now, Tony, that's why I didn't mention real quick. That's why I didn't mention the game against Joe Burrow or nothing like that, because I thought the question was like the quarterbacks that are going down. Realistically, we only have 3 that we're playing. Right?
Yeah, that's what 3, and technically. So that's what I'm saying. Joe Burrow will be coming off injury. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers there. So
right, and we don't know if Baker Mayfield will be there neither.
Cincinnati,
right.
I do not trust their defense. So that could be one that we might get in the shootout. But I just think that if Joe Burrow is there, if they're playing with Joe Burrow, he's going to elevate that team. He is. He just is. So. With or without Joe Burrow, I believe they could beat us, even if they do have Joe Flacco gone. But I think Joe Burrow will be back. and what's the other one? And then the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The
With
Jets,
Tyrod.
listen,
Mm-hmm.
we could beat them. Listen. It's the Jets. Y'all know how I feel about the Jets. I would never, and I'm not going to start. I'm not. I've never done it. I'm not going to do it now, and I would never do it in the future, ever. Even, I don't care if we are 0-16 going into that game. I'm not going to predict the Jets to
Well,
beat us.
well, Tom, what do you think? We play Pittsburgh in 3 weeks. Obviously, we got 2 games coming up. It's the
Yes,
Saints and Jets. What do you think the Dolphins going to Pittsburgh 6-7?
I believe so. I think the possibility for me are more 60-40 that we could go in there and beat them. And let me tell you why I'm only six. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm 55-45 that we can go up there and beat them.
Right,
I would like to
right.
remind y'all again. This is the same Miami Dolphins that was a missed field goal for losing to the Commanders over there in Spain.
That is a fact.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
So on the paper, we thought it was a no-brainer, and we watched that game, and we was highly disappointed. And y'all know me, I was enthusiastic about that game. I was hyped. I was ready to at least enjoy our team on a back-to-back dominant performance after we showed up against that wasn't back-to-back. I'm sorry. After how we showed up against Buffalo, I just was assumed that we was going to dominate them. Yes, that would have been back-to-back. I'm sorry, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't a good scoring. So I have to remind myself that's the same team that's going into New Orleans that it seems like we should beat them, right? I think our Kamara is down with an injury now too. But I don't know.
Right.
That is like soccer. I have the same energy by watching the game. I'm 55-45 that yes, we can go in there. We should go out. We should go into Pittsburgh at 6-7. But this team hasn't been impressive on back-to-back games. Like no consistency. They play lights out against Atlanta. Come back and lay an egg against Baltimore. After that, they lights out, dominated Buffalo. We haven't dominated Buffalo like that in years. Like especially recent. As of recent, guess what?
Yep.
They go follow that performance with the performance that they gave against the Commanders. So I have to keep the same energy about what team I'm watching. That team could go out after the bye week, just show up in New Orleans, and they might be in there just to go on Bourbon Street. Now, I don't know if y'all been to Pittsburgh. I mean, been to New Orleans, but Bourbon Street is 24 hours. You go
but New Orleans comes to us.
Oh, that's here? I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, they play. Yeah,
okay,
we play
so
here.
yeah. So well then, oh Jesus Christ, that would be worse if we don't show up at home. Because like the last time we played at home was that Baltimore Raven game.
No, we played Buffalo.
Did we play Buffalo with the second one at home too?
Yeah, we just beat Buffalo at home.
I thought it was on the road. I'm sorry.
No, we played Buffalo at home before we played the Commanders.
At least they got that. At least they was able to get that stench off from the guy dog. They got an early acceptance to Mardi Gras. No, Crypto. If we play New Orleans at home, that ticket to that game probably gonna be $2. I'm gonna be real with you. All right, so then then that's a little bit different. Maybe they.
Yeah, we played the Saints.
They looked bad against Baltimore, but that was Lamar Jackson return. But I have to give credit. That game, I did say in the first half, we outplayed Baltimore. We just the only category we weren't leading in was turnovers and points.
Absolutely.
Turnovers and points. So, so you know what? So I'll move it from 55-45 to 58-42. 58-42%.
Yeah, because we play the Saints at home, and then we go on the road to the Jets.
Yeah, and the Jets, I still have. We could have lost to the Jets, and that was. I don't know. That's embarrassing the way we played against the Jets. Performed. The Jets had a good effort the past week, so if they had, I don't know, if they offense just could have mustered up some kind of offense, they had opportunity to win that game. So but I think so. Yeah, like 58-42% chance of us going into Pittsburgh. 6-7, and I'm sorry, I think we dropped that game. I do. Up in Pittsburgh, especially riding a 2-game win streak. I think that's going to be the letdown game that I think we should have. We should have a better chance of beating them, especially if Aaron Rodgers is down. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. And last year, the 2 games against that we played against the Jets, we supposed to lose both of them.
I would agree with that.
If Devontae Adams don't step out of bounds, we lose. There is no overtime.
Well, and those are all fair points, right? And this is where I'm not saying you, Tone, because you usually don't do this. This is for other people that they do it all the time. Because again, what you just said about Devontae Adams, he stepped out of bounds, right? And that is that is fair, right? That is undeniable. Could I say though that mighty, again, the number 1 team in the AFC this year, Tone, the New England Patriots at 9-2. Well, we could have beat them if Devon Achane didn't step out of bounds. If Devon Achane don't step out of bounds, we win that game. You see how that works?
Well, I don't know. We win that game. We just go up by
well,
4 points?
Okay. Yeah, we go up 4, and I think there was less than a minute to go.
Yeah, it was
so
like
they would have had
a minute and 5, I think, at that time.
Yeah, so they would have probably had about a minute to go. But again, if we go up 4, they got to get in the end zone. It's not like they can get a field goal. So all I'm saying is, if we can say, well, Devontae Adams, we could have lost because he could have stepped out of bounds. I mean, easily we could have beat the number 1 team in the AFC this year if Devon Achane. You see how I'm just trying to highlight, Tone. It goes both ways. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, well, me using that was to show how well Aaron Rodgers played against us.
Right. And that's why I said I'm not saying what you say. I'm just but you know how the other people use that, and that's all they run with is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand that because, like I said, if Jaden Phillips if he finished the sack, we beat the Chargers. If the defense just play a better second half, we was up 17-0 against the Panthers. We was in the red zone again against the Patriots and Buffalo. And if Tua just don't make that boneheaded mistake, we're still in both of those games with the opportunity to pull out the victory. So yeah. And I just don't know how we lay the egg against the Cleveland Browns. So yeah, it could go both ways. But for me, I was saying with Pittsburgh, I just think that whether he's there or not, I feel like they still could beat us. So that's the game that I think will be the letdown. If we start off if we go on a win streak and end up 6-7 going into Pittsburgh on the road, it might be cold weather. They still have to overcome that, and then. The Patriots now looking like we might be able to beat the Buccaneers, but then again, Teddy Bridgewater, that defense, pretty got doggone good. So I'm not, so after watching how they performed against the Commanders, after I thought they was gonna get on the road, like they had something going, that was like it's like a constant reminder. Tony, pump the brakes. This is still the Miami Dolphins that we're talking about. They are the epitome of inconsistency.
Well, I would say this though, that Buccaneer defense has been terrible, against everybody. To be honest with you, they've been absolutely terrible this season. And if you look at by the numbers and stuff, the Miami Dolphins have just overtaken them. I think the Dolphins now are the 21st ranked team in total defense. I believe the Buccaneers are 22nd. So take that with a grain of salt or whatever. I'm just telling you, Tone, I live down here in Tampa. I listen to some of the radio station and shit down here. Again, they've been terrible, bro. Like they've been terrible.
You said 21st?
I believe as of today, the Dolphins are 21st. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 22nd. I believe that's what one of the guys on the Buccaneer radio said. They didn't highlight the Dolphins. But then when I went and looked at it, I think even Steve might have said it today in the Twitter space, that the Dolphins have overtaken them or whatever. Either way, bro.
Well, you know what? When they started, because Baker Mayfield have been winning a bunch of shootouts.
Remember, Tone, when the Buccaneers were 5-1, 4 of those were late game-winning touchdowns.
Late.
They've been getting lit up all season. That defense is not good in Tampa.
Yeah. So that's mm, so
Again, I'm not saying
that
we're
give
beating
that
them.
give
I'm
us
just
that
saying that
that
defense
might
is
give
better.
us a little bit more confidence. I mean, with Baker Mayfield done that might, like I said, might help us. But with Teddy Bridgewater, I still think they could possibly beat us. Like I'm not convinced that we could just because, and we played them at home, right? We played them home. Yeah. I don't convinced that we could just beat the Buccaneers just because Baker Mayfield might be down. If Baker Mayfield is back, I I have Buccaneers probably 85% to 15% chance of beating us.
Hmm.
Just because I know Baker Mayfield, at least this season, he's shown that he's the capability. Even if he, if they're down, he's gonna do like look at how he got injured, dropping that shoulder, trying to get a first down. Yeah, that man gonna do whatever it takes to keep the Buccaneers in contention and possibly win the game. So that one kind of it rides heavily on whether Baker Mayfield is there or not. But even with him out, I still give us, maybe a that'd be a 55-45 game. And I still
Yeah.
lean towards the Buccaneers for
Yeah.
me. So yeah, and then at the end, I think we close out against the Patriots. Yeah, that's a wrap. To me, that's a wrap.
That's the only game that worries me, to be honest. Now the Dolphins could win, bro. To your point, Tom, like they could lose every game on the schedule, right?
Yeah,
Anything is possible. I'm just saying, for me, I think that's the only team that really worries me is New England, and possibly even going into New England the last week of the season, Tone Jess, they could probably even have the division wrapped up if they keep winning, right?
mm-hmm.
They might be able to sit people this, that, and the third. But I still, at that point, I don't think the Dolphins would go into New England and beat them the last game of the season. Again, I could be wrong. But looking at the schedule, well, Cincinnati as well, because Joe Burrow's coming back, and that offense, I do believe, will, again, they're going to put up points. We know they've been putting up points with Joe Flacco in there, right? So
Yeah,
with Joe Burrow coming back, again, those are the two games for me that I would say I think the Dolphins lose to Cincinnati, especially with Joe Burrow coming back, and I could see them, losing to the Patriots. Other than that, though, Tone, I think I would pick the Dolphins. This is again just me. I would probably pick the Dolphins in every other game. I think
including the
out of their
Bucks
last six, yeah, I
with
think the
Baker
Dolphins.
Mayfield.
Even with Baker Mayfield, I think the Dolphins can play with the Buccaneers. Again, play with them. I'm not saying that they're going to be. I'm just saying for me, I don't think the Buccaneers are that much better than the Dolphins. Again, I live here. I hear how like I see a lot of their games. I hear what they're talking about. From an outside perspective, it's all peaches and cream about the Buccaneers. Bro, they're on a 3-game losing streak. They have one of the worst defenses in the league. I know, again, it is what it is. But I think the Dolphins can play with the Buccaneers. I don't think the Buccaneers are like what everybody believes them
If
to be.
Bucky Irvin's supposed to be back,
Yeah,
if Baker
again,
Mayfield come
yeah,
back,
I, I don't know. Bucky Irvin to me ain't better than what we have. If I look at the Dolphins' backfield compared to the Buccaneers' backfield, I'm taking the Dolphins. Right? And from a quarterback perspective, yeah, I'm taking
slight
I'm
edge.
I'm taking Baker Mayfield over Tua. That's a given. But from a weapons perspective, this, that, and the third, defensively, I take the Dolphins defense over the Buccaneers. There's a lot of things that the Dolphins, I would say, are better than the Buccaneers. Really, outside of the quarterback position, that's the only one. Right? Like Chris Godwin, he's
Then they got,
always hurt. He ain't playing. Mike
but
Evans
he's
is
back
probably
though.
not
No,
coming back.
back. Chris Godwin is back.
Well, again, when did he come back?
His last game.
No, he
He had
didn't
his
play last night.
No, he didn't. He had his first catch last game.
Well, again, Chris Godwin, it is what it is. Don't scare me. I didn't even see him play last night, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
But
he only had one catch.
yeah. There's a lot of things that the Dolphins, I believe, are better than the Buccaneers in. Now, can they lose the game? Sure. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. I'm just telling you, for me, I look at Cincinnati and I look at New England, and those are two games that I
Okay, he had 2
realistically,
catches.
yeah, I don't think the Dolphins win. All the other ones, though, I think the Dolphins could win those games, to be honest with you. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't go by on paper. I go back what I've seen them play and the way they perform and the way we perform. Nah, I think Buccaneers is a better team. To me, it's clear. It's not by a large margin, but if I'm watching both teams play football, yeah, I can know Buccaneers is a better team than us. They are. Like, you might have,
But what are we basing that on?
but how they play.
Oh,
How they
okay, cool. They lost 34-7 last night. The week before that, they gave up. Yeah, the Buccaneers. They lost 34-7 last night.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield was injured.
Okay, cool. He wasn't injured in Buffalo 2 weeks ago, and they gave up 40 points to Buffalo, and that's the team that Miami held to 13 points, and basically didn't let them score in the 3 quarters. Before that, I believe the Buccaneers lost to New England at home. Got the doors blown off them there too. So, like, we could paint the picture and be like, well, I looked at the Buccaneers. Again, they're not playing well. They're not.
Yeah, that shit sound cute, but watching the Buccaneers play football, they better than the Dolphins. You could,
Yeah, I don't believe
that's
so.
it. They're better than the Dolphins. Now you point out their losses, but let me look at the Buccaneers schedule real quick because I get what you're saying, but it was some game that they were supposed to lose that he was willing them to victory. So that's 6-5.
Seattle.
Oh, okay,
remember,
Seattle.
We were in Carolina.
Yeah.
Remember, we were in Carolina. We were watching the game. Again, Tom, no, I don't want people to think
and they lost to Buffalo. They gave up 44, but they scored 32.
Absolutely.
So it's not like they was and they didn't get the doors blown off them by the Patriots. They lost by 5 points.
Yeah,
28-23.
Again, they lost. What I'm saying is, I don't want you to think, Tom, that I'm saying, do I think the Buccaneers is a dumpster fire? No, I'm not saying they're a dumpster fire. But if the Dolphins, let's say, are 49% of a team, I would say that what are the Buccaneers 50%, 51%? Right?
51. That's what I said. It's not. I said it's
okay,
not. It's not by large. But 51-49. Like, okay, yeah, they better.
Well, I would just go the opposite way then, right? I would say the Dolphins would be in my the way I see it. I would say the Dolphins are 51, the Buccaneers are 49. I don't think the Buccaneers are better than the Dolphins like that. I'm telling you. If you go back, if you go down and you look at them, they're not. Sorry, they're just not.
Well, we'll see. We gotta play. We gotta play them head to head. And let's see how that pans out. Now it depends on how Baker Mayfield. If Baker Mayfield is back, then no. Without Baker Mayfield, then no. It's just the reason I would say it'll be a tougher game than I would initially think is because the inconsistency of the Dolphins without Baker Mayfield. Like, it's just the Dolphins to let Teddy Bridgewater go in and beat us at home. And it just is, based on how inconsistent we are.
Yeah.
But with Baker Mayfield, I'm taking them, which is that's just a toss up anyways. So I think at best we got them at what 9-8. I think we both
who the Dolphins?
Yeah, at best. I don't have them beating the Patriots, and I know you said they.
I would say 8-9 for me.
Oh, at best it's 8-9.
Yeah, because I think they lose to New England, and I would say Cincinnati gets them.
Oh, okay.
So I would say the best the Dolphins can get for me is 8-9, and it could be worse.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'd say at best maybe 9-8 for me, but I do think that realistically 7-8 is the realistic season
right.
to me. But let's see. I think 7 is more likely.
Mm-hmm.
8 is if they pull out a victory here and there that
if they could pull off a Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah. So I mean, there you have it. I think even though the road doesn't look as tough, because at first it looked like, man, they have a, you're gonna finish off, with what Pittsburgh, Buccaneers, and the Colts. I think before we were like, that's going to be very tall. Well, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and the Colts.
You Patriots.
I mean, Patriots.
Right.
I think that looked like murder's row, and we were like, man, that's going to be very difficult for us to get through it. But now, the way the season panned out, you have a little bit more optimism. But realistically, I think, like I say again, 7, 8, just for safe measures. But nah, ain't gonna, not gonna happen. But I don't think by any stretch of the margin, I don't think we go 10-7. I don't think we run the table.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. I just don't. I think realistically, it's not. It's difficult. Game Boy say Cincinnati defense is basura. Yeah, but they still put up 40s. So how many times we scored 40 this season?
None, I don't believe.
Oh, okay. So it's just offensive firepower. Do we have the offensive firepower to keep up? That's what it comes down to. If you're going to judge them against Cincinnati, are you able to keep up? Yeah, they defense is bad, but are you going to be able to punch them in for 7 or settle for 3s? Because last time I checked, Washington Commanders defense was basura too, and they were down their best defensive player, and we only mustered 16 points against them. So it sounds good because their defense is bad, and how many points the teams are putting up against them. Let's just judge our team based on how our team perform, not how other teams perform against those teams. Because other teams were scoring a lot of points on the Commanders, but we couldn't. But then you turn around and they perform very, very well against Buffalo. Yeah. So that Cincinnati game has the opportunity to be a high-scoring game. It has a high chance to be a high-scoring game, and with their firepower. Now, you know what? Let's see how T. Higgins come back, because I think he's under concussion protocol, isn't he?
I don't know, and I know or was it this week that Jamar Chase didn't play?
This week, he didn't play this week. He didn't.
Okay, so he'll be back. He'll be back Thursday when they play the Ravens.
Yep, he'll be back Thursday. So, and I think they should be full. Now they might be full strength on, at least offensively, they'll be full strength. They'll have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow back when they play us. So, Eric said, "Or the Dolphins will Dolphins and finish 6-11." That's a possibility too.
That's a possibility, bro. And that's the point. I'm glad Eric put that comment up there, because they could finish 4-13. They could possibly not win another game this season. But again, they could also finish, and I know none of us up here believe it, but they could run the table and be 10-7. Anything is a possibility here, right? So I'm just trying to be as realistic. Again, I think the Dolphins win more games than they lose in their final 6. Again, I would have them 4-2 at least for me. But could they be 3-3? Sure. Could they be 2-4? Absolutely. Anything is possible. So I don't know, though. I just think the Dolphins, the way they've been kind of playing, again, ugly wins are ugly wins, right?
But they win.
Tone, I hear everything you're saying, right? Like the Dolphins looked great against Buffalo, and then they looked mediocre at best against the Commanders, right? But at the end of the day, they beat the Commanders. It was a win. Like, you know what, Tone? I didn't hear nobody this morning talking about how Kansas City looked. All they said was they won. But they didn't look good.
Nope.
Right? So, bro, the objective in this league is not to how you look. It's to win and lose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this is not college football where style points matter. Nope.
Right. No, this is a big boys game in a man's league, and it's about wins and losses. And I don't care how bad they looked against the Commanders. They won. No one woke up this morning and was like, oh, Kansas City looked like trash. They won. So I don't know, but nah, man. I
Yeah.
think the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win again, Tone. We got 6 games left, Tone and Jess, and I think the Dolphins win more games than they lose. I think they go 4-2 down the stretch. Worst case scenario for me, I think 4-2.
Now at 1-7 and even at 2-7, we was like every loss is a win for us. Being how the season is starting to transpire and unfold, are you disappointed if we go 4-2 down the stretch?
What do you mean by disappointed? I don't. What do you mean?
For me, I'm not disappointed if they go 4-2 or even 5-1 down the stretch. Hey, even if they run the table and go 10-7, because I still don't think they're going to end up in the playoffs. And I'm just talking about this strictly based off draft standing. Are you disappointed?
No.
Like, oh man, they messed. Are you, because before, we was like, man, every loss is a win. Let's just get the highest draft pick. But
right.
now, if you still have the same mindset.
No, I don't, because remember, Tom, we've been getting reports that some quarterbacks are not coming out in this draft. There might be a couple of them that are going back and stuff. So no, at this point, like I said, when we were sitting at 2-7 and we didn't know, that all these guys might be returning to college, then yes, I understood that argument. But again, if the Lenore Sellers, if the Dante Moores, if the guys like that are possibly might be going back to school, at this point, no. No, I'm not worried about the draft pick at this point. No.
Yeah.
No, I am not.
Yeah.
Especially Tone with and Tone, you remember, you used to tell me, nah, Lewis, I think the out is in 27. And I kept saying, nah, get rid of Tua, get rid of Tua. The more and more you keep looking at the situation and it just seems the way they're moving, nah, I don't think Tua's going nowhere for 26. I think he's going to be here. So with that being said, nah, then what's the point of having a high draft pick if Tua's coming back anyway? So it just is what it is.
Yeah, and I would like to point out, if we're gonna be honest, we just need a GM that could hit whenever he hit on the job board, because we don't hear the Philadelphia Eagles fans and the Baltimore Raven fans, like the Kansas City Chiefs fans, like they seem to always find talent no matter where they're drafting. Right? Like, they still got Rashid Rice, and they still was able to get Nick Bolton. They still was able to get Creed Humphrey. Like, it don't matter where they draft. The Rams fans, yes. Like, the Rams, they got Jared Verse, and and they're picking after us in the draft, and they're still getting players that brings value and that look like first round talent that have immediate impact. So at the end of the day, if we're able to hit on our draft, no matter where we are, it's all about the evaluation process and if those players going to pan out when you get them on the field. And so I'm not too right now. Be honest with you, listen. We just have to win, because as a fan, we look at it. Say, oh, we 2-7, so let every loss is a victory. Cool. But if y'all come on over here on Sundays when we do the live play-by-play, I still be excited for my team to win. You never see me like, oh man, why they doing so good? No. I'm always excited for my team because I'm a fan. And if I have that mindset as a fan when I'm watching my team play, what do you think these players, what do you think their mindset is when they're playing against the other team? Right? You think they're in there quitting like, oh man, let's just every loss is a victory for us? No. Especially depending on how your coach is. We already know they couldn't pay Brian Flores to have that mindset, and they would offer him $100,000 per loss. So I think these players are in there thinking like, nah, man, we would just one play here and there. If y'all listen to A-Chan when he was on Teron Armstead podcast or his show, he was like, man, listen, we look at it from the standpoint, I mean, we was one play here, one play there, one play here from being 7-4. So I think they're going to have that mindset. And if we think about it realistically, you should be able to hit in that draft no matter what, because, there's players that was like, Tate Ratliff was taken in the second round. and he looked just fine. So there's things that you could do within, no matter where you are on a draft board. What was Nick Emenworthy drafted, Lou? Do you remember? Didn't he fall to the second
Uh,
round?
no, I believe
Or
he
did he
was
go
in
to the bottom of the first?
No, I think he was the 18th or 19th pick in the first
18th.
round.
Yeah, that's what Seattle would pick.
Yeah,
Okay, Malachi Starks was the one that fell in the
in
second
the late first.
late
Baltimore.
first
I
to
think Baltimore
Baltimore
got
Ravens.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
got him
I think
24 for
so.
25th, something like that. Yeah.
You know, he started off slow, but now Malachi Starks starting to pick up, and then we know Nicky Murray look amazing, and then you know, my guy Gray Zabel, you know, he got picked in the teens, so it doesn't matter what you're picking on that draft board, you just have to identify the right guys. So yeah, but you know, that's our take for that. Again, I think 1% is where we should be, even if the Dolphins run the table. It's just they dug themselves too big of a hole to where I don't think they'll be able to get out, even if they go 10-7. So yeah, Balake, I see you in the building. Best player available. Listen, it's still 22 of y'all in the building. If y'all haven't subscribed, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If y'all haven't liked, hit that like button. Make sure y'all share our content, push this content out there, get it back in the algorithm. And yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. Lou, Jess, y'all got anything before we get up out of here? Monday Night Football, man. I see y'all talking trash about what it said, Brock Purdy throwing interceptions. Hey, man, it is any given Sunday or Monday, I guess, right? I guess it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Any given Sunday or Monday. And, you know, since we're about to end the show here, I'll just say everything I said was some bullshit. We running the table. We going 10-7. So I ain't trying to hear none of that stuff that anybody was talking about. Yeah, we back, baby.
Power of friendship, huh? You on that side? I got it. Okay, they got to him, Jess.
They got
He more
to him.
delusional than me.
That's crazy.
Wait, Jess, what they say? 1% of hope.
I didn't know the producer had changed it to Vanilla Jordan until like 2 minutes ago, and I was like,
Vanilla Jordan. It was yours was Vanilla Jordan.
yeah. I was like,
yeah.
shout out to the producer, and then I just changed it to 1% in hope.
Yo, man, we got 1%, man. Hope is on the way. Change. Oh no, damn, I can't do the changes coming. It's too late. We about to get out. But Jess, anything before we get up out of here?
No.
Okay, cool. Then, hey, Lou, you know what to do, my brother.
Hey, man, listen, this has been a great Monday episode of the Blitz Pickup. We will be back Wednesday, 8 o'clock-ish. Y'all know the names, the cast of characters for Tone, myself, Jess, the producer in the back. We'll see y'all Wednesday, 8 o'clock. The revolver goes to
1%ers.
Oh, there it is. The 1%ers. We out of here. See y'all Wednesday. Love and peace.
Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. We out.